Hello, everyone. So I'm back with somebody that you're absolutely going to love to hear from. I just got to talk to him on a coaching call for like the last hour. It was awesome, and I hope that his story of not just being in coaching, but just building a business and really making things happen for himself is something that's going to be hopefully inspirational. And I hope not just inspirational. I hope it's something that helps you take action. So I got Edwin here. Edwin, tell your story a little bit, where you're at, and then we'll just dive in from there.
How's it going, everyone that's going to be watching this? So, right now, I am just hit my 10K month in April. So that is awesome. Never thought that that was possible, but I started the business at the end of December, and I got into coaching. I didn't really get shoots till January, but just to for people to know, January I was offering free shoots, made $1,000 on free shoots. Um, February made $3,000 on free shoots. March was almost $6,000, and then now in April, $10,000. I don't do free shoots anymore, 50% off shoots, but it's just crazy how much I've exploded in this short amount of time.
What do you think? I mean, I know a little bit about you more than someone watching this, but like what's different about you, or like what did you do to make this possible that you think people would want to know getting into it? Like what would you have wanted to know when you were first starting?
Yeah, so I think the difference with me is like I was okay with spending money for coaching because I knew I needed someone to guide me and someone who's already been there that can get me faster and get my business going. So the first one was definitely coaching. The second one is offering the free shoots and over delivering on every single one of the free shoots, and just making sure that I had a good product for my clients. And that's really what took the business to the next level. And then just reaching out, like no tomorrow, reaching out, following up.
And so, obviously, starting a business requires a lot of work. Coaching's not a magic pill. Your success, yeah, you had a roadmap from us, but like your success was because you actually showed up, you did the work, you stayed consistent. Did you ever like? I know we talked about it a little bit, before we were recording here, but like, how often did you feel like it was not going to work? What did you do to continue anyway? Because I think a lot of people have fears. Everybody has fears when they're starting a business, but like, I guess what gave you the endurance to just keep at it?
Yeah, I've always had that feeling that like even now, like I feel like it's something like you just never feel good enough, Like it's something that you're always trying to just be better and you don't want to lose clients or any of those things. But definitely when I was offering the free shoots and you have to, yeah, I made a little bit of money on the free shoots, but I wasn't expecting that money. That came. So I had to go 2 months mentally saying I'm not gonna make any money and I'm gonna over deliver. And
Mm-hmm.
that was really hard. But I just kept telling myself, I'm not trying to build a business to make money now. I'm trying to build a business to make money in the future, right? So if I take 3 months and of doing the free shoots and over delivering, what's my business going to look like March to June? And as we can see, it's paying off already 10K in April. This
Mm-hmm.
month, let's see what we're gonna hit. Let's break another 10K. 12 and then up. But really, it's that looking forward to what the next 3 months are going to look like. What's the next 6 months going to look like in the business versus the money now. And one big quote was, you said it. And every time I was like, right, like I didn't want to do the free shoots or anything. It was like, you don't need money, you need opportunities.
Yeah.
And that is what I kept replaying in my mind every single time. It's like, I don't need money right now. I need an opportunity because if I can land the client, over deliver for them, I'm going to have a retainer every single month of business coming, a small well coming back to me every single month. That's
Yeah.
more valuable than the $150 that I would have gotten the first, or 200, whatever, 300.
Well, it's hard too because you like the saying you need opportunity, not money is true, but you really feel like you need money. And that's what I
Oh
think
yes.
messes up a lot of people is like what made you just do the free shoots? And a lot of people like overthink it. They'll try to do like a discount at the start, or they'll try to do full price. Like what made you just do that, I guess? Was it just that you knew it was going to work, or like what, how did that happen?
Well, for me, I went all in,
Mhm.
right? So from the start, I quit my job. I took all the money I had and I just went all in. So I said, yeah, sure, I need money, but it's going to grow my business slower than me just offering free shoes. And if I can hold off for two months, I know my business will be 3 times bigger, so
Yeah.
that all the money will start coming back to me in the next, few months coming up. So for me, it was like the free shoot was the way, in the beginning, until the free shoots were a little too much, and then we adjusted to 50%.
Well, and one thing, I mean, and you know this, but for everybody watching, speed's really important in business, and I think a lot of people don't know exactly what that means. And so, like, one thing I think you've done very well, I mean, from the very first call, where you talked about coaching and you're like, all right, let's go. And then you just jumped in and went for it. It's not, this isn't a coaching pitch. It's not about coaching. Like, if you're starting a completely different video and you're watching this and you're saying, how do I start fast? Like, have you always been someone that did that, Edwin? Like, just jumped in and just made it happen? Like, are you normally an overthinker? Like, who are you in that side of things?
Well, I definitely overthink a lot of things. So, like, if I can find a way to make it where I don't have to overthink and take that mental, baggage out of my head, then I'm willing to pay for it. And at the end of the day, you really have nothing to lose. Not taking the move is the loss, right? And even when you take the move and you decide to get coaching or any help, you have to put in the work as well. Without the work, the coaching ain't gonna help.
Yeah,
You have to work hard, and the first few weeks is gonna be hard. I think you guys have it the first 4 weeks.
First 4 weeks is like boot camp.
The first 4 weeks was crazy because I was doing the shoots and trying to build a business, and really it's just learning everything and being a newbie to everything. You know, doing the first shoot, using the first editor, doing the video services yourself. You've never done it all before, so everything is overwhelming and it takes a very long time to do it. But as the months go on, it just gets easier and easier and easier. You know, just like before, 3 shoots would take all day to do. Now I'm able to have systems where it's getting a lot easier and I'm done in a certain time. And now with coaching, we're going to try to figure out how to get that down even less.
So someone's just starting their business, and coaching aside, like not even talking about that, is there a couple pieces of advice? One, like what's your advice for someone who's just starting a real estate media company? In terms of what it takes to be successful quickly, because most people, they want to build a business relatively quickly, right? And I think if you try to go too quick and you're trying to make money in your first month, it's not going to leave you in a very good place, right? Because you do have to be but like, any advice generally about starting a business as someone who's done it well?
Yeah, there's two big advices, and this is why it's really good who you listen to. But I listen to Alex Ramosi, and so let's say coaching aside, right? He has 2 books, right? So the first one, you need an offer, right? So you have to create an offer that the agents want, or something that they need, right? So it could be the photos, a floor plan, and maybe just a drone shot to get started. That's it. That's your offer, and a good price. And you say the first free shoot. But then the next is getting the leads, right? So you need to start contacting how to get leads. So you have your own database. Do you know any realtors by chance? Do you know any people that know realtors that can give you a warm lead in? So you got the cold leads, warm leads, and all that good stuff. So yeah, so that's exactly what I would do, is definitely start outreaching, whether it's the Instagram method or use any method that works for you. I personally didn't use Instagram because I had people on Facebook, and so I just did the Instagram method
On Facebook.
with Facebook, and that was a very successful run. And all it takes is one DM for someone to say, yes, I would love to help you out. And all of a sudden, you have business coming to you like no tomorrow. And it only takes one person. You take that person's name, you post it, you do a really good job. And then when you send your pitch out, you can send that Facebook link or Instagram link to the people and be like, hey, this was what my first shoot looked like. I want to get better. I want to grow my business. Would you be open to give me an opportunity? And that's exactly what I would do. You just need one person, one name to get you going.
Dude, I love that you talked about how you shared that you're newer too. Like, a lot of people, they try to make it seem like they're established in this big company, but I mean, it sounds like you do too. Like, I think it's an advantage to be new and hungry and show that. I think people like that. And you want to help people that are just starting. And so I think if you lean into that, it works really well.
For sure. And I think people like that. If you're like a big company, they expect you to have everything ready and done. If they know it's just you and you mess up and you take a photo in a wrong angle or you forget to move a phone or move a chair, accidentally. You're thinking, why did I do that? But you'd be like, hey, you know what? Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna improve on that.
Yeah.
And just being like, the next time it's gonna be better. Thank you so much for the feedback with a smiley face, a thumbs up emoji,
I
and
like you better after that. It's like we talk about this a lot, but if you, as an established business or a new business, you're gonna make mistakes, right? Like, doesn't matter how good you are, you're gonna make mistakes. And the way you solve the mistake is what reflects on your company. And so if you solve it well, it's good. But I even go so far as like, if you make a mistake and you do a really good job solving that mistake, your client thinks better of you than if you didn't make the mistake. Because you're like, you showed them that you care. And I think so many people, they get so worried about making a mistake that they never start in the first place. Whereas like, you've always done that, as we've worked with you. It's just like, you just do it. You don't like, you just do it. And I think there's
and either way, like you said, like whether if they're like, oh, I want that fixed, and then if you fix it right away, and you're like, here it is, boom, they're like, oh wow, that was super quick. Thanks for fixing that. So they feel like they can trust you more too, even when you mess up. You just gotta make the business feel good. Don't make it. If you mess up, don't tell them you messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've been tempted to do that where it's like I'm late on delivering photos and stuff like that. I just set the expectations quick. I'm like, hey, I'll deliver it between 4 and 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This way it's already there, and it's
Just
like, yeah,
that's the thing.
I'm late on delivering, but they already know in their head that I'm gonna deliver it between there.
Yeah.
And then guess what I do? I deliver it at 12, and they're like, oh my god, whoa,
yeah.
I got my stuff 4-6 hours earlier.
Yeah.
So it's just all these like little business tricks that you can do in yourself to make your experience feel better.
Yeah. Well, and it all goes back to just caring. I think, the way, this is a Layla Hormozy thing, but it's like the way you show people that you care is just by actually caring. Like, it's this hack, right? Like, you just care. And I think the nice part about real estate media is it's not new customers over and over and over, right? It's like you get to build relationships. And so the game is not, hey, how many you have to get new ones at the start, but it's not how many new ones can I get? It's how can I keep the relationship going? And I think it is probably the case for you. It's definitely the case for me. Like, I like just being, a decent person and spending time to build the relationships, because then they keep paying you. So you're not always on this cycle trying to find the next one, which to me is really cool about this industry, because you build a base.
And the referral business. Like, I don't have no referral program or anything, and I get so much referral business that it's, if you have a good product, you're a friendly person with the agents, they're going to refer you to other people. Yeah. I have top agents refer me. One agent referred me like 5 people.
Yeah.
Who have booked 2, 3 different times, the other people.
Yeah.
And those people are going to refer me to other people. So my business is going to grow huge with just word of mouth by just over delivering and being a good person and relatable.
And speaking of product too, you're not a photographer coming into this, and you said tell everybody about the editing software situation you have. I thought that was hilarious.
The only software I have is Canva. That's it. Besides that, everything else, the editors need to take care of it. And the video editing, I was doing it myself in the beginning, but then as you scale and you start doing 3-4 videos a day, you can't do it yourself no more. So now I use REPP editing, and honestly, that solves so much chaos in my mind. I try to figure out, is this speed ramp good? Is this there? The music and the copyrights and all this stuff, and it's like, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning, my photos are delivered, my videos are delivered, and I can be more efficient and grow my business faster. So like some people, this is another good quote that I heard. They want the whole pie, but sometimes the whole pie, let's say your average order value is $250. So you want the whole pie, but it takes you all day to do the whole pie, right? Where with me, I'm okay with not having the whole pie. I'll give a little bit of percentage to the editors, but then I can do 3 shoots in a day. And now I just made $750 minus my editing costs in a single day versus just making $250 and keeping it all, right? Or it could be more, So that's just how I always thought of it. Leverage. You always need leverage.
Yeah, and it's hard, especially at the start. because you want every penny, but you have to be, thoughtful about, well, and it starts with the free, right? Like that's getting leverage. The leverage is the fact that you need your product out there and they're going to become walking billboards for your company, and then it becomes, okay, if I spend more time trying to get clients and less time editing, I no longer have to learn how to edit, number one, and two, it's a much better use of time. So I guess, final thoughts. What's your plan for the business moving forward? I don't think you expected to be where you are now, but like, what are you excited to make happen?
No, yeah, and just for people to know, like I'd never expected this to grow this fast at all. I really just wanted to replace my income and just work for myself. If I could make 4 or 5 grand a month, I was gonna be was gonna be happy. But now we're at 10K per month, and honestly, I just know that there's so much potential out there. Like I feel like I'm still just starting. So I know that there's a lot more to come from me, and that's why I'm just going to keep investing in coaching, keep getting my systems better, and try to scale to that 20, 30, 40K per month, and just keep breaking my limiting beliefs. I never thought making $10,000 was even possible, and then you make it and you're like, what's next? Like, what's next? 20, 30, like, or 15, let's go.
It becomes more fun too, because when you're trying to get the business off the ground, you're trying to replace your income, it is more of a fear thing, right? Like, and you're excited about the future, but you have like a shorter term need. My favorite thing about as your business grows is then you just start thinking more about what it could be in the future. It's not as much about how am I going to pay for blank now. And so that's really fun, because then
that's what I love. Yeah. Yes. Now my bank account, I got 3 car payments sitting in there that I can pay. I have, 4 or 5 grand. I still have debt, but I still have 4 or 5 grand that I'm able to pay stuff. So now it's just getting a little easier now. Yeah. And that's just my first month at 10K. So like if I keep making 10Ks a month, my debt is going to be paid off in like no time.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that separates somebody just starting out and that's going to have a slow business versus someone who's going to have a fast business, one is someone who wants to do it all on their own is not going to grow super fast. Someone who wants the coaching and someone to help them out and who has been there, they're going to grow faster. Two, a big thing that I saw in the beginning in my group, the people that were just starting out, they were worried about a $5 delivery.
Yeah.
And they were I was like, I'm paying the $5, I'm paying for all these things because I know where I'm going to go. So like, don't worry about the change falling on the ground, the $5 delivery fee or this or that. Focus on what the business is going to be like 3 to 6 months from now. And 3 to 6 months from now, are you still going to be delivering with sending a payment page and doing this over here and doing that over there? No, you want the business to be ready. So when your client books a shoot, it's easy for them to book. The whole delivery process is easy. For me, it's worth every dollar.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to it is hard to think. There's I forget what it's called, but there's like this decision-making framework that you can use, and it's almost always better to make the decision that's worse today. So like, spending the $5 to get the property website for a free shoot kind of sucks because it's $5 wasted, but it's not really, right? It's saying like, hey, I'm investing that $5 now, or even with the free shoot and the time it takes to get those, it's like you're investing the time so you can make the payoff in the future. And what a lot of people do is they're unwilling to make 1 month kind of suck, and so they let the rest of their life suck. Or whatever it is, 6 months sucks, and then the rest of their life because they don't do that. And so that's hard, but it's what you have to do. You have to take the quote unquote hit today and that's what an investment is, right? People just think money, like it's an investment of time sometimes. And that's what it was, a lot for you. So
correct. And even when you over deliver, like let's say you want to add an extra. So this is what I did, and I think it really helped me grow, is I added free services. So like, let's say they ordered just photos or whatever, I'll throw in a virtual twilight because I'd never done it before. So I need to know what the virtual twilight process is. Extra drone shots. I'll throw, if it was a nice home and they didn't order a video, I was taking a video. Why? Because all of these things, everything we do, we can post on social media. The virtual twilights, you can make a video of the regular one blending into the virtual twilight. So now you have content to post. The videos is something to capture people, and people are like, whoa, you do videos now?
Yeah.
All right, let me start booking videos, right? Now that's a way to me to get extra money on add-ons. So
Yeah.
everything I did was for the business and to grow it.
Well, you were just looking, I think you do a really good job of looking for opportunity too. Is you're just, I mean, you're looking at the future instead of what I'm, because no one wants to do the free video or the add-on. It just kind of sucks, but like it pays off so quickly. And that's the
So
nice thing
quickly.
too, I think, about a service business is it's not like you're risking it all to like see if something's gonna work, It's like you can do these little things, that worked, and keep doing more of that. So
I mean, one example of what I did. So a person ordered a free shoot, and it was like 45 minutes out, and their photographer didn't want to go out there. I said, I'll go out there, right? I did the free shoot, and I said, hey, you're a good looking agent. I said, I believe that if I get a video of you, it's going to go viral.
yeah.
He was like, really? I was like, let's do it. So now I did a video service, full video package for him because I never done it. I wanted to practice, and I hyped him up. I did the video service. He loved it, booked it for his next appointment, for his next shoot. And then when I posted it, 3 other agents booked that same video that same week. So just by over delivering, and then now when I get requests for videos, I send them that. I say, hey, here's an example. Here's an example from that one free shoot and over delivering.
I mean,
that's how you're gonna get to 10K plus, honestly.
yeah. It's simple, but it's not easy, So for everybody listening, like I think that probably gives you a window into what it takes. It's just always looking for that next opportunity and trying to be focused. It's funny too to say be focused on the future because it's like it's not years, right? It's like a short period of time, and I think
3
so
months.
that short period of time. But even in the 3rd month, which you did it faster than a lot of people, so I don't think everybody should be like, I'll get it my 3rd month. But still, it shows you like it's not. I mean, even if it was. Let's say it was a year it took you, right? That's still such a short amount of time in the scheme of business that I think a lot of people let whatever that short amount of time is stand in the way. And it's like, man, if you could just, for one period of time, take a step back to take 1,000 steps forward, it's just what it takes. But I understand it's hard, And so,
And what made me a little bit easier to get into this business for someone looking to start is that this business, it's a service-based business, so a lot of it is time. The editing costs and all these things are not as much money versus what you're actually charging, right? Let's say it takes you $30 to edit and stuff, but you're charging 250, right? So there's a lot of margin in there where it can be profitable much faster than starting a lawn care business or any of these other types of businesses. That's what drew me into it, and it's paying off. So if you're thinking about starting a photography business, definitely reach out to Eli's team for sure because they've changed my life literally from making 2 grand, 2,500 a month to 10K, So I'm very grateful for that opportunity that I've gotten.
well, thank you for
And
your time.
that's only possible with coaching and hard work. Coaching and hard work. But I've literally changed my life in 3 months. And the best thing I told Eli when we were having our other call is like, I've learned a skill set now that I can never be broke again. I can always, I've already made 10K. I can continue making 10K without scaling, right? Let's say it drops to half and I'm making 5K. I think 5K is more than most people are making, right? So I have a skill set now that I will never go broke. And I'm just very thankful for that.
Well, thank you for putting in the work. There's no outro I'm going to say that tops that besides thank you for your time, Edwin. I appreciate you coming on here.
I appreciate it, Eli. I look forward to scaling and growing. Keep going, man.